Yeah, thank you, and thank you for seeing the bill for what it was and not being just a cheerleader as an organization. You guys really did your due diligence and saw the bill the way that we saw it, which was that it came back from the Senate with some flaws in it, and we felt like we had to address some of those flaws before we felt comfortable moving forward. And I think that I can stress what those flaws were. That the Planned Parenthood language, instead of a 10-year ban and it being a 1-year ban, you had the transgender language that for government funding for transition surgeries and gender affirming care that language was thrown out. We had a lot of language related to the Inflation Reduction Act, the Green New Deal stuff that was watered. We felt like it had been watered down. And so the fiscal costs of the bill, because they made the tax cuts permanent, we have grave concerns about our national debt and the deficits. And so those were all things that we brought to the White House and to the administration, and we were willing to give them the latitude to figure out how we can address those concerns without directly putting it into the bill, because we felt that there was a huge risk if we were to get those things in the bill and then send it back to the Senate, because who knows if Lisa Murkowski or someone like her gets their hands on it again, they're probably going to make it worse.
So, I mean, this was really, you are talking about the President of the United States, known for his negotiations, and he knows it's a two-way street. And so conservatives negotiated with what I would describe as conservative offsets to what the Senate did to the bill. As you talked about Planned Parenthood defunding, it was 10 years when it left the House, it came down to 1. But you were able to engage the president, and you in particular, I'm told by those in the meeting, helped really lean in on the issue regarding the abortion pill, the abortion drug, and getting the administration to a place to have a policy there that would be reflective of its pro-life credentials.
That's right. And so whenever I had an opportunity to talk directly to the president, I stressed to him, Mr. President, look, Missouri is in a lawsuit. Our Attorney General, Andrew Bailey, sued the Biden administration because after you left office, Mr. President, Joe Biden eliminated the restrictions on mifepristone and these basically abortion by mail procedures. And I said, and it's just been devastating. I said, there's young women, some of them are dying, many of them are getting gravely sick, and it's just irresponsible. Even if you're not pro-life, it's not good for women's health. And of course, you and I are strongly pro-life and worry about the baby as well. But and the president, his staff did not think that he would be receptive, but I think he was extremely receptive. Very, very. We had a great conversation about it, and we're going to be continuing that conversation. I welcome your help in this as we educate the president. He wants to learn more about this topic, and he'll learn all sides of this before he makes a decision. But well, at least we're able to move the needle.
I think you're absolutely right. I think the resistance that we've encountered before has been the staff around him. But I think his position has been post-Dobbs, the states have a right to protect the unborn. Now, I think it's at every level of government, but that's his position. And the abortion pill is undermining that. Because states like Missouri, states like my home state of Louisiana, who also, they're actually suing, or they've indicted a doctor from New York that has been mailing abortion pills into the state of Louisiana. So I think it's consistent with his stated policy, and I appreciate the fact that the Freedom Caucus members didn't conform to the pressure to get something done, but rather they looked at this objectively and were willing to take the political pressure to negotiate a better outcome. And I think that's what we have here. I think we have with the one big beautiful bill that lost a lot of its glamour in the Senate. Well, I think it's now got a good coat of makeup, and it's ready for prime time now.
Yeah, some of these changes that we got, or these executive actions, will be made clear soon. Some of them not so clear, and maybe it may take a few months for people to see and for the White House to reveal. But I'm confident that President Trump and his team will follow through on their agreements with us. And look, it was not easy, and it's not fun to be, in the middle of the meat grinder in the arena and have, the whole world screaming at you.
Right.
Your phone blowing up because people in district are having their phones blow up. It's not fun, but you know what? Like, if that's how we save this country.
That's right.
We need people to be strong and not be a rubber stamp and fight for what's right.
Well, and I appreciate, Eric, you doing that, and I appreciate you coming on the program today to talk about it. Have a great 4th of July weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.